Welcome to the Father
and Son
Talk Show. Right, another week of wrestling has gone by, and a pay-per-view is up above us now. A lot of things to talk about.
Loads, actually.
Mainly about all the people that have been leaving the WWE over the last week. We've got the likes of Nia Jax that's left. We think she's left, and also you've got Neville, who has supposedly definitely left. We'll see what happens there. This is all to do with the fact that obviously Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, has left the WWE, gone over to the independent circuit, and has made a lot of money. Now, I don't know if these people are thinking that they could sort of make the same money as the American Dream or the American Nightmare. I think they'll struggle, because definitely. They might make a bit of money, but they'll never make it as big as him. He's gone out there with the Cody Rhodes name, the legacy of him. Obviously Neville and Nia Jax, they might just end up being knocked around their independent mid card range. It's not going to be as big as what they think it is, but we'll have to see. It's
especially a shame for WWE, because Neville and Nia Jax are both such great competitors. They were obviously, Neville's kind of slipped down into 205 Live, but even when he was on 205 Live, he was doing some amazing things. And when they went from a fan favourite and changed into a heel, he did get a lot better. The fans were like, "Whoa, this is a cooler version of Neville we've never known about." And then Nia Jax, she did start from the bottom, but built herself up. And, if she has left, it's a shame. It is a shame that she wasn't actually able to hold a belt if she has left. But there was actually some speculation that WWE are trying their utmost hardest to try and bring Nia Jax back.
I hope they do, because like you say, she was a former woman's wrestler. She had everything. If you look at her, there's no one. There's probably Natalia, who's probably round about her sort of, she could hold up to sort of the rest of them. But it's a shame, because she was very good. But we'll have to see. And on to the pay-per-view. This Sunday, it is TLC, Tables, Ladders and Chairs. I used to love this Tables, Ladders and Chairs, because it's the one where they really
go extreme.
It goes extreme. So we just hope and pray that this can sort of fulfill. We're going to be watching it live. We might knock up a video with our predictions at 4 o'clock-ish in the morning. So hopefully we'll have a good pay-per-view. So first off, the kick-off show. It says that it's Sasha Banks. Obviously this is changes. Already, this week has been some changes already.
And this is in I don't think this is in a match order, but we know obviously the kick-off show matches will come first, and then the rest of the matches are going to come, after later on in the pay-per-view.
So the kick-off show is Sasha Banks and Alicia Fox. Not really much to say about this. It's just been one of those ones that's been thrown together, sort of thing.
As quickly as possible. I think what was supposed to happen, I was reading the news about this, what was supposed to happen is I think Sasha Banks was supposed to have a match at TLC with Nia Jax. But obviously, since the speculation she's left, they've quickly chucked Alicia Fox in. So I think this, as you said, is just a thrown match. A match is quickly put together.
Because to see Sasha Banks on the kick-off show is quite bad, really, for her to have dropped down. Alicia Fox, no disrespect to her, but you can see her knocking around. It's a shame, because Alicia Fox is quite good. She's quite psychotic. Don't call her crazy. But I'm going to put my money on Sasha Banks. I'm going to say Sasha Banks for that, because
pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, I don't think they'll give it to Alicia Fox, because who gets the crowd more hyped up and excited? Sasha Banks. The crowd loves Sasha Banks more than Alicia Fox. And she hasn't been.
Could it be Foxy's turn?
It could be, maybe she might turn. Maybe Bayley could turn on Sasha. You could have Bayley come down. But like you said, I am also going with Sasha Banks. The crowd likes Sasha Banks more, so it's expected of Sasha Banks to win.
Next one is the light heavyweight tag team. It's Cedric Alexander and
Rich Swann
versus
Jack Gallagher and Brian.
No, it's Jack the Ripper Gallagher. Get it right. Come on, WWE, pull it. Get him come down on a black cloak and hood and whoa. That'd be brilliant. Anyway,
that'd be creepy. Right, and Brian Kendrick. So yeah, I was actually watching 205 Live.
Yeah,
like I said before, it is great. You know, it is a great show. And you know, this rivalry is they've heated this really, really well. They've done well. You know, it started off with Jack Gallagher just literally beating down on Cedric Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
He came to face Brian Kendrick. The WWE all thought he came to beat up Brian Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was because Brian Kendrick didn't accept a match with Jack Gallagher.
Yeah.
So he came back for revenge, but he turned on Cedric Alexander and kind of beating him up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick come back. And then he kind of got hit over there. Cedric Alexander kept getting beaten on by these two. And then Cedric Alexander kind of got his own back on them. And then it kind of got to the point where Rich Swann decided to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's been unfair up to this point. Jack Gallagher and Cedric Alexander have kept having matches with Brian Kendrick and Rich Swann on either corners. And Rich Swann has done well to actually keep Brian Kendrick from interrupting into the match. So finally they're going to have a match between these two.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are great competitors.
Oh yeah, the 205 Live. It's good on, like, you know, competitors, and they've seemed to be trying to put more storyline into some of these matches. We've got actually six of the light of the cruiserweight divisions in 205 Live actually on this card, so they're trying to like sort of push it.
Yeah.
They're trying to like sort of, you know, show people what the 205 Live brand is. So yeah, I think it should be a good one.
Yeah. Who do you think
I think it's going to be Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick. Why? I'm thinking that. I just think that, like, sort of, for starters, it's been a long time since those two got a decent win.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be sort of a heel win pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be heavy on the heels more than
definitely.
the fan favourites.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see what goes on.
I think I predicted this before, but didn't write the results down, and I think I did go with Gallagher and Brian Kendrick so I'm going to keep with my prediction and go with them. I've gone with this since Cedric Alexander has brung Rich Swann in. They've kind of got their own on Jack Gallagher and Kendrick, so I think at this it'll be Jack Gallagher's and Brian Kendrick's time for revenge, and then I think they'll just absolutely, you know, hammer Alexander and Rich Swann, because I think it's, you know, it's their time to just beat down on them. And since Jack Gallagher has kind of turned into this Ripper character, he's been a lot better. He's been a lot more, you know.
I like what he's wearing as well, because before he used to have those striped trunks.
Yeah,
and he's dressed the way he is now in the gentleman's attire.
Yeah.
I think that's better wrestling on that. I don't know if he can pull off some of the high moves in some of those.
Yeah, he's probably going to rip his trousers and then you just think,
then it will be Jack the Ripper.
Definitely will.
So, on to the next one. It's the Cruiserweights champion. Cruiserweight belt up for grabs. It's Kalisto versus Enzo Amore. You know, I'm going to go with Enzo because I honestly think that, like, sort of they're going to give it back to him because I heard on the grapevine that they didn't actually want him to lose it. That it was supposed to be that Neville was supposed to come back and lose to Enzo Amore. But Neville turned around and says no, he wasn't going to do it. And that's one of the reasons, so I heard, that he left, because he didn't want to job out to Enzo. So I don't think, in theory, they wanted to give it to him. Now, I don't know if they've got enough faith in Kalisto to continue with the belt.
Yeah.
That's the big question, because obviously Kalisto has got the belt. We don't know what's, have they got enough faith in him to continue running the Cruiserweight division?
Yeah. Unlike Enzo, Kalisto isn't the best talker. He's not from an English heritage show. He isn't the best talker.
He's not too bad.
No,
I heard
not,
him like sort of speaking
bad.
on. I think it was Raw when he was doing an interview, and he wasn't too bad. He has got like sort of, obviously I think he's like sort of Latin American, so he's got an American like sort of
background.
But he's not like sort of strong as like Enzo would.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe Mustafa Ali or Ali. Yeah, he might have something to do with this match. He might come down and kind of, interrupt and Enzo lose it, or you could have one of Enzo's bodyguards come down. Drew Gulak could come down, or someone else could come down and try and stop Mustafa Ali come down, or you could have Kalisto retain it and Mustafa Ali try and go for the belt.
Could do.
But my actual prediction is going to go with Enzo, because the last time we predicted Enzo to lose, he actually won the match. I'm going to go back to Enzo, and I think he's probably, now Neville is supposedly gone, I think he's going to be the best champion, to the best champion of cruiserweights to
have that heel.
Extend 205 Live to the show they want it to be. So I think that's why they're going to give it back to Enzo,
because I think he's the only heel except for Brian Kendrick, but obviously Brian Kendrick's in this feud at the moment with like sort of Swan and Alexander. So it's hard to like sort of now turn around who you're going to give your title to. You want it to be the heel. So that's why I think it's going to be Enzo. So the next one is Finn Balor versus, was supposed to be Bray Wyatt, but
it was supposed to be Bray Wyatt as Sister Abigail.
But he's got herpes or
STDs.
He's been kissing dirty girls. JoJo.
It's probably him and Bo have probably been in like a relationship with JoJo, like threesome.
Oh, a Sister Abigail dressed up as Sister Abigail. Oh no!
Awesome. So he has been ruled out with what is it? Is it meningitis? Meningitis, yeah. So he has been ruled out. Both Bo and him have been ruled out with meningitis. So they obviously had to have someone come and step in.
Who did they pick? Who off the Raw brand could they pick?
Anyone. They could have picked anyone.
Who did they pick? AJ Styles from SmackDown.
From SmackDown. What does this mean? What the hell does this mean? So AJ Styles, both brands are split. Raw is its own brand, SmackDown is its own brand, and AJ Styles is a SmackDown performer. He's only supposed to be on SmackDown, but they kind of bent the rules and brought him on the Raw pay-per-view to face Finn Balor. It just doesn't make sense.
The only possibility that they could do is say AJ and Bo have swapped sides.
Yeah, so
AJ goes to Raw.
Yeah.
Bo goes to SmackDown. Bo and then Bray Wyatt can be together. AJ Styles and the Good Brothers.
Or you could have Finn Balor as well.
Well, he's against Finn Balor, so you could have AJ Styles versus Gallows and Anderson. They could come down and help him win.
Yeah,
that would be a good storyline. But
all of them are part of the Bullet Club, aren't they? They're all four of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
So you could have Gallows and Anderson, since they aren't in the card. You could have Gallows and Anderson come down and either pick Finn Balor and AJ Styles and remain on that side.
You need to say that you can't just say AJ's coming over for a one-off special.
Yeah,
you have to say that AJ is going to be now a Raw competitor. You can't just turn around and change the game.
Yeah, because the brands are supposed to be split.
Yeah.
That's why you have TLC as a Raw brand, and then something like Hell in a Cell as a SmackDown brand.
I would like to see AJ on Raw and be able to put him with Gallows and Anderson. But that's just my fantasy booking. Hopefully it might work out.
So who are you actually going to go with?
I'm going to go with, I think it's going to be AJ Styles.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
I just feel that, like I say, I think they're going to put AJ Styles as the rule breaker. I think like possibly they could have him turn heel on Finn Balor, have Gallows and Anderson come down and attack Finn Balor some way. Then you could have Balor start looking around. He could look for someone who used to also be in the Balor's. What is it? Balor Club, and I think Shinsuke Nakamura was, but I think I'll leave him on SmackDown.
Yeah, because
otherwise they start taking too much off. But they could make their own camp. They could make their own like sort of Balor Club.
Yeah,
the wrestlers.
I'm going to go with Finn Balor. I think it's more likely for him to win it, because I think even if Bray Wyatt was there, I think they'll still give it to Finn Balor. I don't think they're going to give it to AJ, because there's no point for AJ to win it, because if he does win it, then they're going to do something with him. They're going to keep him on his Raw brand. If not, they're just going to put him back on SmackDown. It wouldn't make sense, but the only reason they put AJ Styles there is because so Finn Balor still gets a match. What I don't get is why they just didn't pick someone from Raw.
You don't know what was happening in the Raw shakedown, because don't forget it's going to come up sooner or later that they're going to have some sort of shake up, move people around. This could be one of them. This could say that Kurt Angle spoke to Daniel Bryan and Shane and moved AJ across. It would hopefully split up the AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens feud that's been going on. So hopefully that would sort of stop that dead in its tracks. Could give AJ some new competition.
True, yeah.
So we'll have to see.
So I have just gone for Finn Balor because there's no reason for AJ to just win it. So I think they'll just give it to Balor. But it's such a shame because Finn Balor done so well in NXT, and now he's middle of the card. He's probably third, fourth in the card, and
these two will have a epic match. I think this is going to be the steel show stopper. I think this is going to be brilliant for AJ Styles and Finn Balor. They're going to have one hell of a show, and then they can look at them and go, you know what, they can wrestle together very well.
Yeah. So. And I think one of the biggest things is they both know each other very, very well in real life. They both wrestled in Japan, didn't they?
Yeah.
In the what's the Japan?
New Japan Wrestling.
New Japan Wrestling. They both wrestled, so they do know each other very well. And I think if you've got better chemistry with the wrestler, you're gonna know, and you're gonna put one hell of a show on. So I think, as you said, this will be a good match. It'll be standout. People will be shocked about it.
So
moving on to the next match, it's the match of Asuka finally after 500 days of being NXT champion is finally making her appearance on the main roster of WWE, and no better to stick her in with Emma. No better way.
# need someone to get beat. That's Emma's new one. # need someone to beat.
# need a hospital.
Yeah,
she's going to get absolutely polished. But finally the anticipated way of Asuka to finally make her appearance on the main roster of WWE. I think they stuck this match because when someone comes up from WWE, it's always the weakest person they can think of, because they want to make that wrestler look good. So I think that's why I don't think Emma's a weak wrestler. I don't think she's as good as other wrestlers. Say if you had her versus Sasha Banks and Sasha Banks lost, you'd be like, Sasha Banks is really good. It wouldn't make sense. So I think that's why you put Emma there. I think it's pretty obvious who's going to win it.
Yeah.
But who do you think anyway?
Emma.
What?
I think it's going to be Emma. I do. No, seriously, I think.
I thought you were just joking.
No, I think they're going to sort of pull all over eyes, because how many times has she lost matches? She's lost matches loads. And I think she could get a crafty win. I swear. I know this is crazy, but I think she will get the crafty win. And then that would feud Asuka to sort of want a rematch with her. I think they're going to do that.
Stupid. No, they will not do that. Right. If you think about it, if you think about this, who straight up from NXT, has not won their first match. This is Asuka's first match. Bobby Roode.
She's undefeated. That's something that, like I said, Emma then could like sort of walk around with.
No. Worst decision ever.
Worst decision ever.
Asuka, it's so obvious. If Asuka doesn't win this, I have no belief in Asuka now. But I think it's just going to be Asuka because every time someone comes up from NXT, they win the match. Most recently, Bobby Roode, his first match. He fought hard, but he still won. And this is Asuka's first match on the main roster, so I think she's just going to win it. And Emma's just going to get like pounded.
Completely. 5 minute match. 5 second match, 1 minute match. Well, I'm going to go with it because I think they're going to pull the wool over our eyes. But anyway,
you're so stupid.
Right, ballsy. Next one is Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James for the women's title, the Raw Women's title. So, this I love Mickie James. I always have. I think she's a very good female wrestler. She's been in WWE years ago. She moved across to that name, like it's like Lord Voldemort, the name that should be never mentioned. TNA. She was in TNA for a bit, and obviously when she started to not get paid, and when they couldn't fork out the money for her, she decided to come back to Raw and the WWE. So I think I don't know. It's like, could they give Mickie James the last run as a female?
Last hurrah.
Yeah. But then again, do you think to yourself that is anybody going to be able to knock Alexa Bliss off? You know,
especially since Nia Jax has left. I don't see anyone being worthy of champion but Bliss at the moment.
Bliss, that's going to be well. You will see Bliss and Asuka in a feud quicker than anything else. Yeah. But same way again, is Asuka going to be a fan favourite, or is she going to be a cocky rule breaker?
Or is Asuka ready? You know, are they going to trust Asuka to have the title? And you know, will the fans actually like Asuka having the title? I think they will. But you know, there could be some curveballs. You know, the fans might not like Asuka as a champion. You never know.
Yeah. No, never know. So, but I think I'm going to go for Mickie James because I think they'll give her one last hurrah and on a rematch, maybe on Monday Night Raw, and then like sort of set up for a feud with Asuka. But we'll have to see because I can't. Problem with it now is that, like you said, there's no one who can go and carry on feuding with Bliss at the moment. Yeah. So, you know, if she gives it to Mickie James, then like sort of he bounces back to Alexa Bliss, then at least when Asuka is ready for it, a couple of weeks, you know, a couple of months, maybe at Survivor Series, or, you know, the pay-per-view, Raw's pay-per-view after Survivor Series, at least then they've got, you know, Asuka's gotten over with the crowd. They understand what she is. Because obviously a lot of the like sort of WWE crowds that go to these pay-per-views they don't know NXT.
Yeah, no, it's very it's quite secret, isn't it? And not a load of people know NXT. You're only going to know people from NXT that have done that have made an impression. Asuka's made an impression, but then again, people that will just go to Raw and SmackDown just go for Raw and SmackDown. So
some of them just watch it on the TV and they don't even have the the network. Yeah. So obviously, if they've just seen it on the TV, they'll only get Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. So. But you know, missing out on NXT, what are we doing with it?
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I think my prediction, I think I'm going to go with the same as you as well. You know, Mickie James, obviously, she's a veteran in WWE, isn't she? Yeah. I can't believe she's still performing. You know, you've got all these wrestlers that used to be in WWE. You know, when I was young, like Beth Phoenix, Michelle McCool, all these wrestlers, and Mickie James used to be one of them, and now she's back. It's quite nostalgic actually, especially the trousers she wears. You know, the really puffed out trousers at the bottom. That's quite nostalgic. And I think they will give it to Mickie James for one last hurrah.
Yeah, because as well, she was inducted into the Country Hall of Fame, I think.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I think they'll just give Mickie James one last hurrah, and then Alexa Bliss will. I think it might just be. I think because she's been boasting about getting this 7-time.
Yeah.
So I think they'll give it her, and then straight away on Monday Night Raw, Alexa Bliss will win it back, or she might hold it for a bit longer. But depending on whether maybe if Nia Jax hasn't left, she could come back and
possibly they could say that we'll tight Tensor back with an actual world championship, women's world champion. So that could be a possibility, or maybe a move on to Raw if she's not happy with move on to SmackDown if she's not happy with Raw.
Yeah, that would be quite good to shake up that. But then again, you've got Lita on there, so she's not. You've got two powerhouses on the same brand.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could just swap them. Lita on Raw, Nia Jax on SmackDown.
Yeah,
so you kind of shake it up. So the last and final match we have written down.
I think this will be the main event.
Yeah, it definitely will be because Brock Lesnar's not putting his title up. Exactly.
Get it off Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it's so stupid, isn't it? Anyway, so this has been. It's been very weird in the upcoming days to the actual pay-per-view. A lot has changed, especially on Monday Night Raw when you had Kane come back after 10 months or something. I think it was. So Kane come back and then chokeslam Roman Reigns. So you've got Kane. That's a 5th member. So you've got Miz, Strowman, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Kane. You've got two powerhouses, haven't you? You've got Strowman and Kane, but both of them looked.
When you saw them standing there together,
I think,
thought, "Ooh, that could be a good."
Yeah, I think Kane and Braun Strowman. I think they brought Kane back not just for this match, but also to try and form something with Braun Strowman. That was really interesting on Monday Night Raw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And also, there's been another reason behind why Kane has came back on the basis that Roman Reigns retired The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and Kane has came back for revenge.
Yeah.
That's what's been happening in the news. So Kane might stay for a bit longer than this match and get revenge on Roman Reigns, or Braun Strowman and Kane could try and form something.
Don't forget as well, you've got The Undertaker who's supposed to be training and working out in you could have Kane and The Undertaker versus and Braun Strowman versus another Shield one where they explode this time.
Yeah. Or a triple threat match, Braun Strowman, Kane, the battle of the beasts or something like that, the battle of monsters or something like that. Because technically they all are monsters.
yeah. Except
so you can have the battle of the monsters.
But as you've got we're supposed to have had the Shield, but obviously we've been now advertised that Kurt Angle is replacing Roman Reigns.
So really, it's not a Shield reunion. It's Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Kurt Angle. It just doesn't make sense. Something must have happened along the lines that has ruled Roman Reigns out. Either he can't make it, or either he was injured.
He's supposed to have the same illness as Bo Dallas and everybody else. That's what I read. I don't know how true it is. That's just on a dirt sheet.
It's something like that. Obviously he's been injured or something has happened which has ruled him out for this match. Then again, these are just rumours. We don't know 100% if they are confirmed, so we could completely get these wrong.
It has been noted on the WWE website,
there's been loads, and
could change.
With Finn Balor and AJ Styles, that hasn't been. That could change. We could have just been getting some unreliable sources, really.
You could have Kurt Angle and the whole 3 members of the Shield take on Miz.
Yeah.
But this is what we've been told, so we'll see what happens.
So again, don't if we get this wrong, it's not our fault. It's just sources we've read about. And obviously, we want to try and make them as accurate as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so let's talk about that. For the final match, pretty much the main event. What are you going to go with? And I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Who are you going to go with? And do you think it's going to be the showstopper? or do you think someone else is going to take the match?
No, I don't honestly believe that it's going to be Finn Balor versus AJ Styles that are going to be the
But remember,
show
this
stealer.
is the only Extreme Rules match, so you know everyone likes.
Yeah, there's
Extreme Rules.
TL. That is going to be the tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Yeah.
But I still think it's going to be Finn Balor and AJ Styles that are going to steal it.
Yeah.
But I personally, I think it's going to be. I think, and I'm going to. We'll say who's going to win, and then we'll say who's going to get the pin on that team.
Okay.
So
For an extra point.
For an extra point.
Okay, cool.
I love my extra points.
Actually, I'm going to beat you.
I think it's going to be the Miz who's going to win it.
Yeah.
Well, Miz's team's going to win it, and I think it's going to be Kane who gets the pin.
Okay. Why?
Why do I think that? I believe that they brought Kane back, as I said, to like sort of cause a feud between Kane and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Even though Roman Reigns at the moment we've been told he's not in it, I believe that I think he's going to be there, and I think
because it's not actually a reunion then.
Well,
is
no,
it?
it's
so
not.
All this build up and all this hype was pointless.
Yeah. We've seen pay-per-views where at the beginning of the pay-per-view, the kick-off show, we've seen things change suddenly. Like last month's last pay-per-view, that suddenly changed with who was extra added into AJ's feud. It was Ty Dillinger who was added suddenly.
And so also Emma, when we predicted the No Mercy.
Yeah.
Also Emma was added to that fatal 5 or 4-way. I can't remember which one it was, but you know. So WWE at the last second do throw curveballs in, you know, to either say, oh, this match might not be good enough, you go in quickly so it will be a little bit better. But this match, since Roman Reigns has been kind of ruled out and Kurt Angle's taken over, I think I'm kind of switching which side I pick, because I think if Roman Reigns was wrestling with the Shield, it was just the Shield, then I think they would win, because that's a proper Shield reunion. But now Roman Reigns being ruled out, I don't know who to go with. Even though I'm kind of contradicting myself, I still think the Shield are going to win it, because everyone wants the Shield to win it. You know, no one's going to go in thinking, oh, you know what, let's have Miz, Strowman, Sheamus, Cesaro and Kane just win it, because, you know, everyone wants the Shield. The Shield just, you know, batter them completely. And I don't think Dean Ambrose is going to pin one of them.
Who do you think is going to get?
I don't think Seth Rollins is going to pin one of them. I think Kurt Angle is going to be the one to pin.
Kurt Angle.
I think Kurt Angle is the one to win him, to pin one of them, because, you know, Kurt Angle.
You know, actually thinking about it, there was a feud going around that Kurt Angle was supposed to be feuding with The Miz. Now I'm just thinking to myself, like, sort of that could spark up.
Miz.
You could pin The Miz. But I'm still sticking with my predictions.
Yeah, I wasn't going to let you change it anyway. So you probably messed
You want that belt?
I do. So yeah, I think Kurt Angle's going to pin him, because Kurt Angle's like the powerhouse, and so is Roman Reigns. So I think that's why they've chucked Kurt Angle in there, really.
Yeah.
So I think Kurt Angle's going to pin.
I just hope Kurt Angle comes out without like sort of any injuries, because he's not a young man.
No, he's not. Well, why didn't they put Jason Jordan in there? No.
Well, you could find that could start off the Jason Jordan Kurt Angle feud. Jason Jordan could turn around and go, well, why didn't you stick me in the feud? I would have liked sort of been in there with them.
Yeah, because he had a long feud with. Well, he didn't have a feud, but you know, he had run-ins and things like that with The Miz recently, didn't he?
Yeah. So. We'll have to see what happens. Obviously, we'll give our reviews next week, and we'll also do a video, because we're going to stay up and watch it. Oh God!
We better not fall asleep. That would be terrible. We're just recording a video and a half, and we're just like, that would not be good, was it?
But also, I've been watching Ring of Honor, and I've been enjoying that. I've started to get into that. Being Cody Rhodes and the Bullet Club's on there, I wanted to see if they did the Too Sweet signature thing, because obviously the WWE have been saying that they can't do that on on a wrestling program due to the fact that it's copyright by the
it's
actual WWE.
It's not WWE's. It's still with Ring of Honor, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. But who knows what will happen? So anyway,
hold on. Just before we end the video, are we just gonna record the Shield, Miz, and Braun Strowman, or are we gonna record our reviews live for the whole pay-per-view?
Probably just. Oh, we'll see. We'll see how we feel on the night.
Yeah. See if we. Hopefully we don't.
But if we don't do it like if we just do it for the end of the show, we might just do it at the very end.
Yeah, we could do Finn Balor and AJ Styles and that match because that could be a last, the first before last, and that could be last.
But whatever we do, we'll do a video on
we'll make
the
sure
weekend
to
as well. So. Anyway, another week over, and we'll see you either Monday morning early
very early,
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
See you later.